behind bars, and people can't stop talking about this twist. So recently, news broke about the Jamaican entertainer Vybz. The last thing we know is that he was serving a life sentence after he was found guilty of the murder of Clive Lizard Williams way back in 2011. It was a very high-profile case, so it made big news when the verdict was handed down. A riot broke out on the same day that police had to step in, with most shouting, "Free Kartel." But at that time, the evidence was too strong, and Vybz and 3 others were found guilty. Details of the case were then shared. It was revealed that the victim was beaten to death at the singer's home in August 2011. People were confused about why Clive was even there in the first place. It turned out that he was lured there to answer for 2 missing illicit firearms. Little did he know that was the last time he would ever be seen, because, up to this day, his body is still missing. However, further police investigation later on shed light on the mystery. So the police said that they recovered a text message from Vybz's phone stating that Clive had been diced up into mincemeat so fine that his remains would never be discovered. As a result, Vybz was arrested and has been in prison ever since. Despite the shocking evidence, his legal team was insisting that the trial was unfair, pointing out that the very statements that convicted Vybz were dishonest and incompetent. Soon after, they filed an appeal in the quest to debunk all the accusations made against Vybz, and while it was an uphill battle, they were able to make the table turn. Over a decade later, the universe does this amazing trick where the weirdest things happen, and just like that, the news about Vybz's release made headlines in no time. Here's what happened. Earlier this year, his conviction was squashed by the British courts due to an unfair trial. Because of this, the case was then handed over to the Jamaican Court of Appeals, which was expected to determine whether a retrial should be held or not. According to Fox 5, it was a unanimous decision.
Thousands of Vybz Kartel fans flocked the precincts of the appeal court Wednesday to hear the outcome of the case. And when the news came back in their favor, celebrations broke out.
So basically, on Wednesday, the court decided against a retrial in the murder of Clive Lizard Williams, whose body was never found. Explaining further, they said, "We conclude that the interest of justice does not require a new trial to be ordered." On top of this, the court emphasized the potential financial and psychological impacts on the appellants, as evidenced by this alluding to Vybz's medical situation. And the harsh lockdown circumstances he's been in since 2011 have been mentioned in his defense. According to their description, his holding is like a brick cell with no water, no air circulation, and a pail for a toilet, which just made his declining health even worse. Additionally, in 2023, Vybz's private physician swore to inform authorities that his heart problems and Graves' disease were getting out of hand and might become a threat to his life. And so, if there's a retrial, Vybz will not be able to serve the full sentence. But wait, there's more. Experts also agreed with this line of thinking, and understandably so, y'all. Basically, they're saying that since he's not healthy enough to even live that long, why not let him go, or something like that. And let's just say a lot of people were actually happy with the result. Remember that there was an actual riot when he was convicted? Guess what? There were celebrations on the street and almost everywhere. Even people on the internet can't help but join the fun. Just like this person who wrote, "Once again, it's on. They freed the world. Boss," while another added, "World boss finally free. Hope he comes Trinidad for a concert. It gonna be lit."